and welcome back to Revolution Beauty's YouTube channel. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up so we know to do more of these videos in the future for you as well. I'm Luce Stephenson from Team Revolution, and today we're going to go through a full beginner-friendly step-by-step base routine. We are literally going to strip it back to base and go through every single step, why it's important, the different products that you can use to achieve different looks, and just basically take it right back to the beginning. All of our base products are on 3 for 2 at the moment as well, so don't forget to go check them out on Revolution's website. I will leave it all linked down below so you can go have a little look. And let's get straight into the first step. So we're going to begin with primer. Primer is such an important step. It helps to basically give us the foundation ready to put our foundation on top of. So if you've got any kind of dry patches, it'll help to kind of smooth them out, making the foundation easier to kind of glide on top. If you've got any oily patches, it'll help to kind of keep the oil at base so it doesn't break down your foundation. And it just helps to give you that kind of nice smooth base ready to put your foundation on top of. So the primer can make such a big difference as to how long your makeup actually lasts for. Different primers do different things and it depends what you're after. Some people like to use a combination of primers in different areas of the face too. So I'm going to go through 4 different primers that I've got today and what they do and what they can be helpful for. So first up we have one from Revolution Pro. This is their Blur Stick Plus. This retails for £11.99 and it is included in our 3 for 2 offer at the moment as well. So this product you have probably seen on TikTok. This literally went viral on TikTok. Everybody and the man was using it and there's a reason for it. They actually brought out a plus version of it and adapted it so it was even better than before. So now not only does it have a mattifying finish to it, but it also has a lot of skin loving ingredients inside as well. So not only does it have the same properties before in regards to the really high performance pore blurring effect of it, but now it has them skin loving ingredients in it as well. So just looking on the website, it has vitamin B5, vitamin C and vitamin E, because I was not going to remember that off the top of my head. And it says this helps to kind of give that feeling of healthy and nourished skin whilst erasing the appearance of pores. And the thing that I really noticed when I took the lid off this one, so it has like a little big stick like this and you can kind of draw it on and then rub it into the skin. This has a watermelon scent and it smells unbelievable. Like it smells so nice. So I love that they've kind of did like a 2.0 version of the Blur Stick. So if you loved it before, you're going to love it even more so, and your skin is going to love it even more so. So if you struggle with a lot of pores, but you still want that mattifying effect, but you still want your skin to be looked after, this is going to be the primer for you. So next up we have the Conceal and Fix and Mattifying Primer from the main Revolution line. This retails for £8 and this is a shine-free makeup base with salicylic acid in it. So this one comes with a pump applicator. It says to use a pea-sized amount for this one. So you could literally use half a pump in order for it to be a pea-sized amount. So this is a very lightweight translucent formula as you can see, and because of the salicylic acid that is inside it, it helps to soothe the skin but also helps to reduce the appearance of kind of blemishes or any redness on the skin as well. This has a very soft, I don't even know how to explain it, it's a very soft smooth base to it. Your foundation would literally just glide over the top of this, but obviously because of this base that you're putting on, this is going to help to keep your natural oils at base. If you think of it as like a barrier in between your natural oils coming through and your foundation, normally without that base there, it comes straight through to your foundation and start breaking it down, but because you've put a mattifying base on beforehand, it's like a barrier for it to get through. So it kind of stops it from getting straight to that foundation and obviously then makes your makeup last a lot longer, which is what we like. So that is the Conceal and Fix Mattifying Primer. And then another one from the main Revolution line, this is the Fix and Glow one. So as you can probably tell by the title, this is a Ultra Glow Primer. This again retails for £8, same as the previous one. And you probably guessed it, it does also come with a pump applicator as well. So let's do one pump on the back of my hand. A lot comes out, so you can literally use half a pump if needed for that one. This smells so good. It smells really nice, and that is what it looks like on the back of the hand, obviously not blended out. So this primer would be amazing if you struggle with dry skin or kind of dullness, that kind of lack of glow. This is when that's going to kind of bring that back for you. This helps to prep your skin for longer lasting makeup. Again, it's going to help to smooth over any dry patches that you might have, bring a bit of glow back to any dullness that you may have on your skin as well. So you just literally blend this all over and it gives you that ultimate glowy canvas just ready for the rest of your makeup to go on top of. So that is the Revolution Fix and Glow Primer. Beautiful. Radiant and beautiful. And then the last one that I'm going to show you for primers is this bad boy. So this is their liquid powder. So this is a makeup prime serum that basically dries down to a powdered effect. So it helps to support skin hydration, but also helps to then mattify and blur your pores as well. So this is a very innovative product. I can never pronounce that word either. I do apologise. I love that it comes with little pipettes. I just feel like a little scientist when I'm using it. And of course you can use this and dispense it onto the back of your hand or directly onto your skin if you want to look like a little Instagram baddie whilst you're doing it. With this one, it is a very, very special formula. It's really, really lightweight, really comfortable. Obviously, it helps to reduce the appearance of any pores and helps to minimise them. And the pink clear that's inside it does help to kind of keep that mattifying effect on top of it as well. It has got rose extract inside of it as well, which really helps to calm the skin. It just have a very kind of light rose scent to it as well. It smells really, really nice and refreshing. It smells so nice. So to make sure that you apply this properly, you need to either put it onto your skin with your fingers or with a light brush and just kind of blend it all over and then leave it for at least 2 minutes. Give it a chance to build that barrier up, that pink clear, to really, really help to mattify the skin, and then go on with your complexion products on top of it. So that is the liquid powder pore blurring makeup serum, and again that retails for £10. So for my base today, I'm going to go in with the Blur Stick Plus, and I'm literally just going to swipe this all over my skin. I struggle a lot with pores around my nose, so I'm just going to pop that quite a lot in my T-zone. And then using the same technique that I mentioned, I'm then going to tap this all into the pores, really, really push it in and let that pore blurring effect do its magic. So now that we're all primed, we're going to go on to foundations next. So I've got 3 of the main foundations to run you through. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Conceal and Hydrate. So we're going to start with the Conceal and Hydrate. So this comes in 50 different shades. Yes, you heard me right, 50 different shades. As you can probably tell by the title, this is going to be really, really good if you need some hydration in your skin. So if you have dry skin, this is going to be perfect for you. It has a very sheer texture, really, really lightweight on top of the skin, but it does have a medium to full coverage as well, so you can build that up to get up to a full coverage too. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It's all know by now, I can't pronounce things. And this really helps to give the skin a really, really plumped hydration effect to it as well. So like I said, perfect if you have dry skin. So this one comes in a glass bottle. It comes with a pump applicator as well, and this retails for £9 and is included in our 3 for 2 on the website currently. And then we have Conceal and Define. This again retails for £9. This one comes with a doe foot applicator, so it just looks like this, but you can actually buy pumps separately now. I believe that they retail for £2. So if you would prefer a pump applicator, you can buy them for £2 instead. So this is a full coverage foundation. It is buildable, but it is a full coverage one. And this is perfect for us people who have oily skin. If you have an oily T-zone, this is the one for you. So this is a lightweight, oil-free, yet very comfortable and creamy formula. And again, it comes in 50 shades, which is just absolutely amazing. And it does come in a glass bottle. And of course, I know I have already mentioned, but it comes with the doe foot applicator, which is really good for really precise applications. So you can put it straight onto your face. So it's entirely up to you if you prefer to buy a pump separately. And then the last one that we're going to go through today is Conceal and Glow. And this is my ultimate favourite. This is my baby. So this is a illuminating foundation. Again, comes in 50 shades. This retails for £9.99. It's a very buildable, dewy finish foundation. I absolutely love this. You can build it up from light to medium to full coverage, just depending on the look that you're after. So the formula has been pumped with brightening vitamin C, but also with light reflecting pearl particles as well. So it really gives off that just luminous, glowy, I'm living my life kind of look. And I know you can probably tell, I adore this foundation. This is definitely my favourite. So this one again comes in a glass container and it has a pump on this one. So for myself, I'm going to be going in with the Conceal and Glow. Mine is in the shade F6, in case you are wondering. And I always like to dab my foundation all over my skin, just because then I know that I've definitely got enough coverage in the places that I want it to be. And then I go in with a brush or a sponge, whatever I'm feeling that day really, and blend it all over the skin. So today I'm going to go in with the Revolution R7 Buffing Foundation brush. Just really easy just to blend all of this out all over the skin, and I'm just going to do tapping motions to blend this out. Obviously, the more that you apply, the more coverage you're going to get. The less that you apply, then the less coverage that you're going to get as well. So it just depends what you're after that day. And as you can see, the brush literally just makes it effortless to blend in. One of the top tips that I have learned recently is not to put your foundation right up to underneath your eyes, because you're going to go in with concealer underneath there anyway if that's what your normal routine is. So it just adds extra product that then just layers on top of each other, and it just kind of gives a bit of a cakey look sometimes. So I always go in with a layer all over, and I avoid the under eye area, and I always avoid the lids as well if I'm going to be putting on eye makeup, because I always go on with a base anyway. So again, it's just extra product that you're wasting, but also extra product that just then builds up and can sometimes look cakey. So I'm going to build mine up a little bit because I've only gone in with a light layer all over. So I'm going to pop a little bit more just on my cheeks because they are red today, and then a little bit on my nose where I've got some blemishes. And that's the thing that I love about this foundation, is that I can wear it when I am just popping to work, but I can also wear it when I want to go for drinks with my friends, or if I want to go for a meal. I can build it up to exactly where I want it to be and what occasion I want it to be suitable for too. So because I'm not going to go in with any eyeshadow today, I am just going to pop the foundation brush just over my eyes with no extra product on it. So the next step is concealer. So you can use this in many different ways. I like to use it with a brightening one for underneath my eyes, but I also like to use one that matches my skin tone for any blemishes, like for instance, this little scab that I've got going on from having a cold. That's what I like to use concealer for, to help to hide anything like that. So the first concealer that I'm going to talk about is this bad boy. So this is the Conceal and Define Super Size Concealer. This retails for £7. As you can see, I have got quite a lot of shades here, but this is what she looks like. So this is their super size version of this concealer, which basically means it's a larger version of their normal one, and it helps to save you some money. This comes in 24 shades. The shade range is unbelievable. It ranges from fair to deep to different undertones, so warm, cool, neutral. It's a lightweight yet full coverage concealer, and this is actually 3 times the size of their normal one. So it comes with a doe foot applicator, which makes it really easy to apply. If it does come to any kind of blemishes or any kind of scabs or anything like this, I do always put it onto the back of my hand and then tap it onto my blemish or my scab, whatever it is that's going on, just because it helps to give one, full coverage, but also helps to keep it nice and hygienic too. So I'm going to take a little bit of C4, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply it onto this redness that I've got here. And then just taking that foundation brush just to blend out the edges, and that just helps to take away the redness. You are still naturally going to see the texture because it is something that's raised on the skin, but it helps to take away the redness from it, and that was what I was looking for. So obviously with the Conceal and Define being a matte finish, it is perfect for things like this because it helps to blend it into the rest of your skin, doesn't draw any extra attention to it, and just helps to cover it up. It has a lot of coverage within that concealer, so it's perfect for things like this. I'm going to show you the other concealer, which is my ultimate fave, and it's my favourite one for underneath my eyes. So the one that I'm talking about is the Conceal and Define Infinite. So this is a different version, it's kind of a spin of the Conceal and Define concealer, and I love this for underneath the eyes. It just gives you a blurring, brightening, just beautiful effect, and I adore this one. Absolutely, this is my favourite one. So same as the Conceal and Define, you have a normal version and then you have a super size version, so you can definitely see the size difference between the two. So the normal version is £6, this one has 5ml inside, and then the larger version is £9 and this one has 9ml inside. So this is more coverage than the Conceal and Define one, but I feel like this one just goes underneath your eyes just beautifully, and it has 16-hour wear in it as well, so this one is going to stay. So this again has a doe foot applicator. My favourite shade in this is the C0.05, and this is just what the little applicator looks like. So this is the ultimate long wear full coverage concealer. It has 20% more pigment inside it, it has 20% more coverage, 16-hour wear. Like this is the bad boy. It has pore refining and niacinamide inside it, and I feel like that is the thing that really helps for my under eyes, and it just makes it blur out. It's just, let's put it on and see how beautiful it is. So I always like to go in with a more yellow tone one. I am yellow toned myself anyway, but I like a yellow one just to kind of brighten up. So I always put it underneath the eye like this, and then here, because this helps to lift the face up too. And I absolutely love blending this out with a sponge. It really helps to pat it into the skin and really helps to blend the product out just absolutely seamlessly. I always like to start with less and then build my way up, because I used to go crazy with my concealer back in the day. I used to absolutely cake it on, and I've learnt that a little goes a long way. And obviously with that niacinamide as well, it has like the soothing and anti-inflammatory properties to it as well. So if you get quite puffy eyes, it might be something that might be able to help with that if you get puffy under eyes. And as you can see from the shape of it, it just helps to lift up the face. I know we are looking quite pale in appearance, but don't worry, we're going to go in with some contour next, which is probably my favourite part. I love contour and bronzer to pieces. So let's try some contour products. So like I said, you can use the darker concealers, or you could use a darker foundation to cream contour, but I'm going to show you a different way of doing it as well. So we have, in front of me here, we have the Fast Base contouring set. So this comes in different shades, and it comes with 2 different foundation sticks inside. So it has one foundation stick for you to use, obviously, as your foundation, and then it has a darker one for you to use as your cream contour slash bronzer. So this set is in the shade Fair, and this retails for £6. So in this set you get F4, which is the foundation stick, and then you also get F11, which will be used as your kind of cream bronzer stick to bronze up the skin. So I'm going to go in with F11, and I'm going to put it in the places where I would like to bring some depth to my face. So with contour, it's looking at what you'd like to bring depth to and what you'd like to bring back. And with highlighting, which is what we've done with the concealer, is what we'd like to bring forward. So I'd like to bring my under eyes forward and bring my cheekbones, like my contour, and my kind of sides of my face and my jawbone backwards. So give me that kind of definition. So if you feel like you've put your foundation on and your face looks very flat and like one-dimensional, then this is where you're going to need something like this. This is going to help to give that dimension back to your face. So I always go in with the sides, the temples, and then I always do along the jawline. Just get rid of some double chins. Thank you very much. For me, I would like to get rid of them. Thank you very much. And then I always like to go in with just a little bit as well down the nose, and we can always just blend that out afterwards. And I'm going to be going in with a Revolution angled foundation brush. This is the R8 brush, and I'm going to start with the nose first, and I'm just going to tap the sides and blend it all together. And don't worry if you put too much on. It's really, really easy to correct. You can put a little bit of concealer down the middle. You can just take your foundation brush if needs be and tap over it. Try not to be too scared of it, because you can play around with it. And if you are a little bit anxious or a little bit worried about going in with something like this, try it before you put your foundation on, especially if you aren't putting a full coverage foundation on. Even if you do, it's still going to shine through and give you some depth, but it just will make it a little bit less scary for you, because if it isn't fully blended out, it doesn't matter, because you're putting your foundation on top and it just looks seamless regardless. So yeah, if you're a little bit scared, maybe put it on underneath your foundation as well. There's no right or wrong, it's just makeup. You can take it off, we can try again. There's no right or wrong with it, just have a bit of fun. So I like to blend out the temples. If you watch my YouTube channel, you know I am very heavy-handed when it comes to bronzer. I absolutely love it to pieces. I feel like it just changes my face. It just makes me very happy inside. So bronzer is like my weakness. I get very, very heavy-handed when it comes to it. So you'll know that if you watch my own YouTube channel. So all I'm doing is just tapping motions. I'm not kind of swirling the brush, just literally tapping it all out, and it'll just blend itself. Just have a little bit of patience, it will come in time. If you swirl it, it will then disrupt the foundation that you've put on underneath, and sometimes it can like lift up the foundation, because when you're tapping it, you're tapping it into place, but when you're kind of spinning your brush around, you're moving the products that you've got on underneath all over. So naturally you are going to lose some kind of coverage, it's not going to look as perfect. So just take your time, enjoy yourself, and just tap it where it needs to be. So before we can move on to powder bronzer, we need to set the rest of our face with powder. This helps to lock that foundation in. It helps to lock the concealer in, the cream bronzer, everything that we've done, it helps to kind of lock it in. So if you remember when I mentioned about the primer having that kind of barrier, this is kind of like the barrier to stop the foundation from going anywhere else. We've put the barrier in to stop our natural oils breaking down the foundation, or to stop our dry skin from disrupting the foundation. And then we're going to also put a barrier after the foundation to keep it in its place. So we're kind of locking it in a little sandwich. So that's what the powder is going to do. And obviously it's also going to lock in the concealer and the cream bronzer that we've put on too. So the powder that I'm going to go in with is the Revolution Translucent Baking Powder, which just looks like this. And I'm going to go in with the Revolution Soft Focus Powder Brush. This is R6, in case you are wondering. So it comes with a little applicator like this, and I always like to tap it straight into the lid. Just saves it going elsewhere. And I'm going to go in with the Revolution R6 Soft Focus Powder Brush, and I'm going to tap that straight into the lid, tap off the excess, and then I always like to start on my under eyes for powder first, because that is naturally where I crease really easily. I'm starting to get little lines underneath there, so that's where I like to powder first. And then I take a little bit more powder, but I'm going to go in with a larger brush. This just makes it so much easier, so much quicker. This is the Revolution R12 Ultimate Powder Brush, and what I do with this is I basically tap it into the powder and then I tap it all over my skin. This is going to be amazing if you have oily skin, even more so, especially in this T-zone where naturally we get more oily. I'm also a T-zone oily kind of gal, but I also struggle with dry patches too, so I have kind of the best of both worlds with it. So I always like to powder everywhere. I also powder my eyelids because they naturally crease as well, and we put a little bit of foundation on them. So that just helps to put that nice barrier to lock that foundation, the concealer, the cream contour, everything in place. So this retails for $5.99 and it does come in different colours as well. So this is the Banana Light one. So you could use the Banana Light one to kind of bake underneath the cheekbone if you wanted to make it pop even more, but we're just doing basics today. We're just doing it as simple as possible. So we've set the rest of our face, and now let's go in with some powder bronzer. So I have the Mega Bronzer. This one is in the shade Too Warm. As you can probably tell, I do love my bronzer to be nice and warm. So this is just what it looks like. I'm just going to take a little bit of this on a brush, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to tap it. So I like to put it on my cheeks here. I also like to put it into my temples. I always like to say it's like the power of 3 or a B, depending on which side of your face that you're putting it on. So you want it on your temples, coming around underneath your cheekbones, and then also on your jawline as well. I like to put mine a little bit on my actual cheeks too. It just gives a nice little glow to the skin. So I'm going to pop this all over. I like to bring a little bit of it on to the nose as well, and then a little bit underneath the lips. So I'm going to finish this off and then I'll show you the difference. So now we have primed, we put our foundation on, we've done concealer, we've done cream bronzer, we've done powder bronzer, we have powdered our full face. I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to finish off the rest of my face, and then we're going to go through the last step. If there is any other kind of videos that you want me to do like this, or if you want me to go through bronzer application, blush application, anything else in depth, please leave a comment down below and let us know, because there is a lot more content coming from us. Just you wait and see. So yeah, I'm going to finish off the rest of my face and I'll be back in a momento. So this is what the base makeup looks like. I absolutely love how it's turned out. So the last step is setting spray. I've got a couple of ones that I'm going to go through with you today. The first one, which I think is probably my joint favourite with this one, this is the Revolution Superfix Super Hold Misting Spray. So this is a ultra matte finish with aloe vera and vitamin E in it, and I love how this one comes out. It has such a fine spritz to it, like, oh, it is so refreshing, and this retails for £10. And then we have the Conceal and Define Infinite one. This is 16-hour hold, mattifying, long wear setting spray, and obviously it has the spray on the top. And then this one has a faster spray. I don't know if you can see that at all on camera, but this one retails for £8. Got a really nice smell to it, that one. And then we have a matte fix and a sport fix. So this one is a oil control fixing spray, so this helps to fix if you've maybe overpowdered a little bit. And this is one of the things that I absolutely love about setting sprays, is if you have gone over the top and put way too much powder on, the setting spray will help to just kind of melt it all together and just make it become one on the skin. And it also just gives a little bit of a life back after you have used quite a lot of powder. So this one is an oil control one. This is the matte fixing one, and this one retails for $5.99. And I don't know if you can see the mist. Oh, I don't think you can see it, but this is just what this one looks like. And then we have the Sport Fix. So this is a lasting hold fixing spray. So really good if you're going to the gym and stuff. Then you can just pop it in your handbag. and this has a very similar kind of spritz to the previous one, and again £5.99 for that one. And then the last one that we have is one from Revolution Skincare. This is the Hyaluronic Hydrating Essence Spray with pink grapefruit extract, 100ml in this one, and this one is really good if, say for instance, if you have dry skin but you have to powder it in order to make it last all day, but you feel like maybe you look a little bit too powdered and a little bit too dry and a bit too matte and flat. This will be really good with it having the hyaluronic acid in it. It'll help to give that plumpness back to the skin. Even if you have oily skin, if you want to have that plumpness, this will be really good for that with that hyaluronic acid inside it. And this is what this one looks like. This one smells so good. And this one retails for £6. My desk is covered in setting spray. So I'm going to go in with my favourite, which is the Superfix Super Hold Misting Spray, if I can get the lid off. And I literally spray this all over my face. I'm very generous with it. You don't have to use as much as me, but I just enjoy it. And then I always let that set onto my skin. I sometimes give it a little bit of a fan just to encourage it to dry a little bit quicker, but I just let that really soak up that powder, really melt the skin together and just give me back that glow. I feel like the setting spray just does magic without you even realising how much magic that does. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit subscribe to Revolution Beauty's YouTube channel. We will hopefully see you in another video very soon. If you have any questions or if there's anything at all that I've missed from today's video, please let me know in the comments. Or if you have any video requests, please let us know down below so we can start doing them for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in another video very soon. Bye!